Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about the third mistake I made in my first business. Yes, now we have been going through a series of 7 mistakes I made in my first business, and we have, gone through the first two. The first being not able to get the right team. I made the mistake of not getting the right employees, and then the second one was experience. And the third one, which we're going to talk about today, is excess money. Not that you cannot do without it, but if you want to reduce your chances of failure, you need to have good employees, you need to have experience in that line of business, and the third one is excess money. So I also lacked excess money. Now you will be thinking, what is excess money? Before you make the mistake of thinking I meant that you must have a lot of capital before you start, I also made that mistake. Okay, excess money does not mean that you need to have so much amount of money before you start. It means that you need to have more than what you need. Okay, more than the amount of money that you actually need to start the business before you can run the business smoothly. It does not mean that you cannot start without it. It means that you will not fail as you would have if you had less than the amount of money that you needed. Okay, so in my own case, I started my business. I wrote my business plan. Let me show you my business plan. This is my business plan for my first business, and what I needed was, in reality, 6 million. I tried to squeeze it up to 3 million so that I can start, and eventually when I started the business, I started with about 1.7 million, which did not even come all at once. It came in trenches. So I started this business, and many things were not in order. I had to do minimalistic way of starting. The only thing that I had that was in order was the rent. Okay, I got a full duplex so that I could have different separate classes for the different packages. Okay, like programming and graphics and the rest of them. So that was the idea. But then, apart from that, everything else was minimalistic. In fact, one of the mistakes I made, which will be the next topic, was that I did not even get brand new systems. I got fairly used systems. Part of being minimalistic, I got fairly used systems, and it was in error. I will talk about it later. So I started my business with 1.7 instead of about 3 million, which I felt okay, I could comfortably start. But eventually I started with 1.7 million. Okay, so, and that was a very big mistake I made. And you will say, but wait, are you trying to say that with all that money you cannot start a business? No, don't get me wrong. If you want to start a business of 1 million naira, it is not advisable to start that business with less than 1 million naira. Instead, it is better that you have excess of 1 million naira. It is better that you have 2 million naira, for example. Okay, you keep the extra money for reserve, because as a beginner you're going to make mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, but I could not recover from those mistakes because there was no backup money. You need to have backup money so that with the backup money, when you make mistakes, it covers up the errors that you make. You understand? It covers up the issues that would have come up. Your assets would have been revealed. Let's say, for example, you're not able to meet up target for the month, but you should still be able to pay your salaries, right? If you don't have excess money to pay for that, you have problems. While you're operating your business, you see all of a sudden some local government voice will come, these people will come, those people will come, and when that happens, where do you get the money to pay? You find out that you are now struggling to survive. You're struggling to survive. So what I'm advising is this: if you want to start a business of 1 million naira and you have 1 million naira, and you find out that there is no way you can start this business unless you have 1 million naira, don't start. Meanwhile, you can do something else. Don't get me wrong, please get the point. If what you need for the business is 1 million naira, that is the least that you can do it, don't start the business yet. Try to do something else. Even if you have 1 million naira, keep that 1 million naira. If it's possible, grow the 1 million naira by investing maybe 100 or 200,000 in some other businesses, and then by the time it gets beyond 1 million, then you now start the business. Any business you want to do, you should have at least double of the money needed to actually start the business, because you need to be able to recover from the mistakes you make in the first 1 or 2 years. You are definitely going to make those mistakes. You're going to see unforeseen or for unexpected things will come up. So when these kind of things come up, you don't start running helter skelter trying to no, that is the beginning of failure. You need to, so let's say for example you intend to start a business of let's say 500,000. Okay, some people make the mistake of even going to, okay, what I need is 500,000, but then you're going to you have maybe 200,000 and then you start that business. No, please, you can start something else. Okay, let's say for example in my case, I wanted to have a computer school, right? And I already had 1.7 million. What I should have done perhaps was to start something smaller, maybe a business center only, for example. That is what I could have done, right? A business center which I know that I will be able to do very well. Okay, so from business center, and moreover, I don't have to use the entire 1.7 to start the business center, because we're talking about excess money. So you have 1.7. Is it possible to run a business center with 200,000, 300,000? If it's possible, start with the 200, 300,000, and then gather experience in that area in running smaller businesses. Grow from there, because you have a goal. Your goal is to have a big computer school. So you grow from there. I made the mistake of, boom, I wanted to start computer school. I got credit, I got capital, and then I started, and the money I needed was not even enough, and I made my mistakes. So that is my third mistake, which is lacking excess money. So when you want to start a business, try to make sure that you have more than what you need. Otherwise, do something else first, or you could save the money and maybe even learn from another institute. Okay, either you learn from a school or you learn from another establishment. Learn in the same line with your business, in the same line. So if you want to open a supermarket, for example, you can go and start. If you want to open a supermarket, you can go and start working in a supermarket, not for the money but for the experience. See the things that are going on and gather experience from there. Now, it is very tempting. Many people make this mistake. You want to start a supermarket business, and then you go ahead to get a job in a different field because it's paying you. It is very tempting, because it's something that many people advise you start by getting employment. And me, I did not do that, and it's not something I recommend. But if you want to, you're not ready financially, you can learn, gather experience by working for somebody that is already doing what you want to do. So if it is a supermarket business, you can work in a supermarket to gather skills, to gather knowledge, to gather experience, not because of the salary. So it means that if it's possible to even walk up to the person and say, can I work for you as a volunteer, or can I work for you at any amount that you're willing to pay me, no matter how small it is, because what you're actually doing there is you're learning, and because you're learning, you're even supposed to pay. So you learn as an apprentice, you gather experience after a few years or a few months, not even years, because like I said, if you are working in a place where the payment is reasonable, your zeal or your desire to start your own business will no longer be that strong. Yes, it will no longer be that strong. That's why it is important that you even work somewhere related to your dream. Don't work somewhere out of your dream. You want to open a supermarket, you want to have a supermarket chain, and you're going to work in a bank, for example. You are not in line with what you want to do, and bank will pay you very well, right? Bank will pay you very well, and before you know it, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and your dreams are shattered. So please, I will end there already. The video is very long now. If it's possible for me to cut some parts, I'll cut some parts so that we can, so that we will not run away. Stay tuned, because we're going to still learn 4 other things which I did wrongly in my first business. 4 other mistakes which I did wrongly. Thank you very much for staying tuned to this time. And God bless you. I'll see you next time.